Alex, you simple-minded buffoon. What is with this thumbnail? 3 players everybody knows who plays their football away from England, who are English, and underneath the title of 5 English players you don't know who plays abroad? What is with you, man? You should give up YouTube before YouTube gives up on you. Well, you innocent, kind, gentle-minded viewer, what if I told you that I know that too, and I've lured you to my video? I fully well know that Harry Kane plays for the German powerhouse that is Bayern Munich, Jude Bellingham giving up on the very managers that have shaped football today in Carlo Ancelotti in Real Madrid, and Angel Gomez applying his trade in the 5th best league in the world with Lille in France. Yes, more so in the 21st century, we are noticing more and more English players applying their trade in the world of football away from England. And if you ask me, I wouldn't say I'm as jealous of all these players living out the dream of simply playing football for a living. No, it's more so the case that they've escaped England as a whole. So while they're earning 6-figure sums a week, a majority of us are just lucky to hold down a full-time job while accessing the local food bank straight after, just to feed our kids before even thinking of feeding ourselves. Where was I? That's it. It is as if more and more footballers brought up in England are taking the big steps necessary to carve out a football career around not only Europe but also in other continents. We know the likes of Conor Gallagher and Fikayo Tomori playing abroad, but I want to know the footballers who I don't know playing abroad. Take for example Noel Limbo, who was born in the Congo and moved to England as a child, beginning his career with Charlton Athletic, and now is applying his trade in Vietnam with Hong Lim Ha Tin. Or what about Cheyenne Adam Harrison, who came through the ranks at Tottenham and now, at 27, is showing off his talent in the top tier of Romanian football with UTA Arad. How about one more? What about Chigozie Eze-Ugwu? Now entering his 30s, started his career in the youth system of Reading, but now has represented clubs from both Saudi Arabia and Lebanon. He's represented Ebbsfleet as well a few times. That's probably the most boggling thing for me. Anyway, I want to know the players who have been brought up and born in England who are participating in leagues from around the world. Unknown players who have taken the brave steps into not only carving out a career abroad, but also adapting to a new way of life with a different language and customs. As such, let's talk about the 5 English players you don't know who plays abroad. 5. Nathan Mabimavila. Born in October 1995, Nathan came through the youth system of both the academies of Wycombe Wanderers and West Ham United. Even before then though, being brought up in Brixton, he began playing Sunday League football with local club Aferi Urban before joining the London county team. It was with West Ham that he was able to complete a 2-year scholarship and signed his first professional contract with the Hammers in 2014. In the space of 2 years, he did not have a chance to prove himself within the first team of the West Ham squad, but picked up 18 appearances within a space of 2 loan spells with Roadstone, starting well as he contributed to a 4-2 win against Chelmsford at the time. At the end of the 2016 season, Nathan's contract expired with West Ham, which slowly but surely started his ascent into joining numerous clubs worldwide. He then looked to play his football elsewhere, in trials from Charlton Athletic to Serie B side Perugia in Italy. He would make short stints with 7 English clubs, but would then make the brave move to Canada as he joined Cavalry FC in 2019. He appeared in a Cavalry shirt 32 times that season throughout numerous competitions, and would go on to score his first goal for the team the season after in 2020. Once that season had finished, however, Nathan's desire to move back to England was clear, as both him and Cavalry mutually agreed to part ways. After a stint with Superettan side Bruges in Sweden, Nathan would return to Wingate and Finchley, picking up another 8 appearances before once again returning to Canada. This time with reigning champions Pacific FC. Again, the stay wasn't very long, as in 2013 he joined Jordanian Pro League club Al Faisali SC, playing for them in the AFC Champions League. 2 solid seasons after, he stayed in the Southern Levant region of West Asia, to only then play for AFC Croydon back in England 7 times. And now, we finally come to Nathan Mabimavia today, who plays for Nepal Super League side Butwal Lumbini. From West Ham to Al Faisali, AFC Croydon to Butwal Lumbini, Nathan Mabimavila, at the age of only 29, has been on a journey in football some of us never really think or aspire to replicating. Where as much as he plays football, more so around the world, it's quite far from replicating a career of a one-man club, let alone a one-man countryman. Here's hoping he finds a home to play his football in the long term soon enough. 4. Oluwayesi Babajide Sheyi Ojo. Born in Hemel Hempstead, Sheyi Ojo may be a familiar name for some of you football fans, as when I realised where he spent his youth career, I had remembered a part of his career. Ojo joined MK Dons' academy when he was 10 years old. During his time at the club, Ojo became the first MK Dons trainee to receive an international cap at youth level. It was then, in 2011, Liverpool fought off other clubs to sign Sheyi's services for £2 million. After shining in the Future Cup competition with Harry Wilson, Sheyi's journey around and beyond England began, where he joined 7 clubs on loan, including Wolves and Reims. Collectively, from these 7 loans, which spanned 7 years, Sheyi played 143 times, scoring 12 goals in the process on the wing. His most notable loan was with Cardiff, where he played nearly every game of the championship season. It was with Millwall that it was declared that his time with Liverpool would be up, as from June 2022 his contract would expire. Cardiff were the first to pounce on the opportunity to sign Sheyi, signing a 2-year contract. An extra 36 appearances would be added to Sheyi's resume, though in his second season with the club he was sent on loan to KV Kortrijk from the Belgian Pro League. Once his contract expired again in 2024, we now find Sheyi applying his trade in Maribor in Slovenia. In this season alone, Sheyi has made 22 appearances with the 16-time Slovenian champions, yet to score a goal. 3. Charlie Clough. Let's venture further away from England now. Charlie Clough looks what it says on the tin. A rock-hard centre-back to begin his career with Bristol Rovers in 2007. Born in Taunton, Charlie made his debut for Bristol Rovers at the age of 17 against Brighton in League One. He made 3 appearances in 5 years for Bristol Rovers, where a majority of his tenure involved loans to other clubs, such as Mangotsfield United, Bath City and Weymouth. In 2012, Charlie signed for Dorchester Town, making 43 appearances in his solitary season with a non-league club. He would apply his trade with numerous non-league clubs, such as Sutton twice, Forest Green Rovers and Barnet. After his second stint with Sutton, Charlie then decided to join his former Forest Green boss Adrian Pennock into moving away from England and playing his football elsewhere. Brunei was the destination, as he joined Duli Penggrian Muda Mahkota Football Club, or DPMM. In his first season, he helped win the Singaporean Premier League, with Charlie's club claiming the joint best defensive record in the league after 24 matches. This was his home for 3 years, until 2021, where he then joined Thai League One side Nakhon Ratchasima. He was outspoken about how he loved life in these Asian leagues, exclaiming how he is enjoying his football as it is well suited to the league itself. Charlie Clough is now found still in Thailand, but playing for Port FC, based in Klong Toi, district of central Bangkok. It is here that he has extended his services to other Thai clubs, such as Chonburi and Sisaket United, both situated in the Thai League 2. With a goal in every 9 games for the centre-back in his whole career, he is hoping he adds more goals to his game and potentially even more countries. 2. Tyler Bury. We now enter the Balkan area, as Tyler Bury was born in Middlesex. Of course, I had to add one for Middlesex. Born in Hillingdon, Tyler is still relatively young, as he entered the AFC Wimbledon Academy as recent as 2018. Bury made his AFC Wimbledon debut in the EFL Trophy as the Dons beat Stevenage 4-0. A year later, he rejected a contract extension with Wimbledon as he joined Millwall, making 53 appearances in 4 years. During this time, he went out on loan to Hartlepool, where he had a good run of form, putting the ball behind the net 3 times in 4 games. He was named as Millwall's Young Player of the Season for 2021-22, so it would be more so a shock that 2 years later, he would join Danish Superliga side OB on a 3-year deal. Lasting only 5 months, he went on loan to Oxford United, making 5 appearances. A year on from signing a contract which would keep him on the books until 2026, it was by mutual consent that OB and Tyler terminated his contract. He had a short stint with Carlisle for 2.5 months, making an extra 10 appearances, which then leads us to where Tyler Bury is now. In February 2025, Tyler signed for Premier League BH club Igman Konjik. One could presume he didn't find OB could be his home in Denmark, so he's hoping that second time's a charm in Bosnia. Number 1. Jesse Lingard. Yes, we end with the very best, a one of a kind, a maverick on the pitch and an all-round great guy off it. Jesse Lingard is tearing every single player limb from limb in the Korean Pro League, where he cannot exit his house without a flock of people outside crying for his autographs and to cut the ribbon outside of local 7-Elevens.
You got me.
I may have gone a bit too far with this one. From 34 appearances, he has scored 9 goals. So from when the Seoul coach citing a lack of effort and physicality from Lingard, he is hoping he really is enjoying his football. Number 1. Joel Newble. If it's one thing I want to share light on this channel and appreciate it, is footballers who come through the ranks in non-league. Non-league has a special place in my heart and my lower intestines. So it is great from a fan to see people not only work their way to professional football from the 7th, 8th, 9th, even 10th tier of English football, but also enjoy their football away from England. It makes it interesting. Spicy. Joel Newble came through a few clubs, joining the Chelsea and Millwall academies and receiving a scholarship with Dagenham and Redbridge. It was in 2013 that he was given opportunities to play with the first team in pre-season friendlies, and then begin his journey around England. Let's try and bang these out quickly as possible. Here are all the clubs Joel joined on loan from Dagenham: Thurrock, Grays Athletic, Welling Town, St Albans, Thurrock again, and Grays again. From these loans, which spanned 2 years, he appeared 64 times, scoring 11 goals. He then looked for numerous new homes to play his football, such as Bishop Stortford, Grays and Thurrock permanently, Haringey Borough, Corncord Rangers and Aldershot. It was in 2021, however, that he was able to stay at a club for longer than a year. Joel Newble took the M8 up to Scotland as he joined Livingston, where over the course of 3 years he played 78 times and scoring 8. In his first season with Livy, he joined Arbroath on loan, so essentially he played 78 times for Livingston over 2.5 years. Quick note, when he joined Haringey in 2018, he received 2 caps from Cascadia in the 2018 Conifa World Football Cup. We touched up on this competition in our Chelmsford short of visiting every ground in the universe. Catch up on that if you'd like. Anyway, following his departure from Livy, Newball signed for Wuxi Wugo in June 2024, which is a professional club in China. He scored twice in 15 appearances for Wuxi in the 2024 season, as they were relegated from League One. In spectacular fashion, however, Shenzhen Juniors were his next destination in China, where he declared on Instagram that he would join the club right after they were promoted to the top tier of Chinese football. Normally this would be the time I would argue whether or not he would have a VPN to access Instagram, and I would do an ad bit. But not yet, at least. We'll keep building this channel. Anyway, that's it. 5 English players who I, myself and you don't know, but play their football away from England. I had a lot of fun with this video, writing this script, doing the research and putting it together. So if you liked it too, be sure to give it a thumbs up, because it will help me buy 5 cans of soup for £5. They do it not too far from a shop here. Much blessed, and as always, let me know what you think, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.